All right, so here is my credit card tier list, but I'm gonna go based off of category of annual fees, from the ones that are free $0 to the ones that cost basically $900. Oh, you didn't see that. So I'll start with the annual fee card. My recommendation is Wells Fargo Active Cash Card. Gives you 2% cash back everything. Good runner-ups are the Freedom Unlimited from Chase and the Capital One Saver. They'll give you more percent based off of categories, and pretty much just choose what card company you want the most, which bank you like the most. But I would say overall the cash card is the best one. All right, now you get to your low tier cards. These are like $100 per year you have to pay for, but you're introduced to the point system now. And points to me are worth way more than the cash. Don't like this ad, but I'm just gonna have to keep going. So the Chase Sapphire Preferred is my recommendation. Gives you like the high welcome offer, like $75,000, 75,000 points, and the Chase like ecosystem of points is really good. Second place would be the Capital One Venture, as give you 2x of everything. So if you're unsure what to get or what to swipe the card for, just use the Capital One Venture. But the Capital One like points transfer partners are not that good in my opinion. And third place would be the Citi Strata Premier. Citi's kind of similar to Capital One with its transfer partners, but I believe this gives you more points on a lot of things like supermarkets, dining, and like gas and stuff. But if not, they'll give you 1x. So still, I would just say this Chase Sapphire Preferred. I think it's just too good, and I would just take this over any other card. Especially just if I pick one card for literally everybody, just choose this card. It's just a mixture of everything. Now the mid tier cards, they're like $300. A lot of these cards aren't really premium or mid tier. It's just premium or low tier. But one of them is the Amex Gold. I think that everybody buys food. This card's just for food. 4x on groceries and restaurants and a bunch of food credits. I would say just get the Amex Gold. And it introduces you to the Amex American Express point system. And second honorable mention is the Capital One Venture X. Like the Capital One Venture, it gives you 2x everything, but essentially it gives you $400 of travel credits, $10,000 points, and $300 of hotel credits. So it's pretty much just offsets its $400 annual fee. And now you probably want to see the premium cards. And I'll just get it out of the way. Here's the American Express, Plaid, and the Chase Sapphire Reserve. These are the two that you see everywhere, especially the Plaid, as it gives you the most credits, like $1,000 plus credits of random stuff. But the main thing is it gives you Centurion Lounge access. There's a lot of Centurion lounges. And I think the American Express has a bunch of credits like Lululemon, airline credits, hotel credits, all that. It's pretty much just the cards just for those. And it gives you the most points for airlines. Then you have the Chase Sapphire Reserve, which I like it because their lounges actually give you 2 free guests, which the Centurion lounges don't. And it's pretty much just the preferred but more money. Gives you a bunch of credits like Apple Music and hotel credits. But I would still, for the most part, recommend the preferred over the reserve. And I can't say that for the gold and the plat because they are 2 distinct cards. One for travel and one for food. While the reserve and preferred, they do both. And I'm going to actually say this. My favorite card is actually the Built Palladium card. I think this is the best card ever because, like the Capital One, gives you 2x everything. But because they have their built cash system, and that's convoluted, but essentially you get 3x of everything into points. And this card is used to pay rent or your mortgage without paying like extra fees because you use a card. And you convert that rent payment into points. So when you use this card for points, you get 3x everything, and it has travel benefits. Like they have their own hotel credits and all that. I just think it's the best card. And now we'll just go over airlines and hotel cards. So once you do all this, you realize that you want to have a specific airline and a hotel you use, because you're bound to stick to one once you like get used to traveling. And I'm just gonna say straight up is that you should get the Chase cards first. Chase has this 5 to 24 rule. Essentially, is you get too much of credit cards within a span of 2 years, so 5 of them, you're disqualified of getting another Chase card until like the oldest one within that 2-year period expires. And so I would just recommend Chase cards first, and they're pretty much worth it for the low annual fee cards. These are the two I recommend: United Explorer and the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless. So these are only like $100, give or take, annual fee. This actually gives you United Lounge access. Only 2, but it's better than this one, which is, it'll give you unlimited, but $650. So I say for the most part, just stick with the introductionary airline cards. A lot of the low annual fee airlines card is like just as good as the premium ones. And United is a safe option. And then the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless, it gives you a bunch of free nights. You'll see that you can have like 5, I think, 4 with the welcome bonus, and then 1 every year of just getting a free stay at a Marriott hotel. And it's only $100. So yeah. Honorable mention I'm going to say is the Delta Gold, because I fly Delta, but cards aren't that worth it. And for hotels, I'm actually going to put this as my favorite hotel card, the Hilton Honors Aspire. It's $550 annual fee, but it gives you pretty much free nights as well as the Marriott. But what I like about this one is their annual free night certificate. You can actually use it for any Hilton property. So I essentially deemed it for a Waldorf Astoria, their most premium hotel, which is like $1,000 for a stay, and that covered it. The Marriott Boundless, Bonvoy Boundless, it just covers like to a certain amount, which is around like $350, like cap. And then I think it's better than like Marriott's biggest card, which is the Bonvoy Brilliant. So that's pretty much it. All these other cards, they have their specific purposes, but I don't think that they're worth putting on here. I will put the Atmos card here because I'll say it's the best premium airlines card, because Alaska Airlines miles is probably the most worth it. And I would want to put Hyatt in here because Hyatt points is the best for hotels, but the card is just not the best. And I'm still waiting for like the premium Hyatt card, hopefully one day. But essentially, this is my recommendation, from most likely to get to the least likely, but it's still really good. And I would say this is the order. So if you don't know what to get, I would just recommend you these cards. Get the cash card, Wells Go cash card, then get the Chase Preferred, Amex Gold, Built Palladium, and then the United Explorer for airlines and the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless for hotels. And you essentially get introduced to all the different types of card issuers that have like the best point system, and they pretty much add up to like what, $1,000 annual fee. So you're not spending that much money every year on cards, but it gives you the gist of like pretty much everything it has to offer. And then once you get used to it, you'll see if you want to have these cards, because they have their own purposes, but you're gonna have to be into the game if you want to get all these cards and justify their worth. So hopefully I am able to teach a lot. It is a lot to cover, but just wanted to make a video and just give a rundown of my experience. Thank you for watching.